Hobby Now, ZiggyNo, your rogue hobby news daily reporter. Rogue. It is May 2nd. I'm a day late. It's Thursday, getting this out hopefully midday by the time it gets posted and all. Early morning for me. I'm going to talk about a lot. Think about the hobby in 2028. What do we think it's going to be like, and how are we going to reflect on this time in the hobby? Industry Day, talk about Industry Day. Fanatics events, I'm going to hit on that. New product releases, we're going to talk about that. How that's changing my entire plan for sports cards. And why I love sports cards, man. I love the chase. I'll get into that later. PSA, Grader Notes, PSA Vault. Are you using it? Who the hell is the PSA Vault again? Why do I want to use it? I got a PSA submission back. I'm trying to decide what to do with it. Why uh, uh, poor people use SGC? Did you hear me? I'll get into that in a little bit. Unplugging from channels that just don't provide good content and appreciating the good and looking for new. And then again, let's look back. Let's think about what it's going to be like in 2028 when we look back at the hobby. What are we going to think about this? This post hyper COVID boom. And the controversial licensing? What does that mean to the hobby? Well, again, thank you for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. This will not be a long video. I just want to get my insights in on Hobby Now, get the podcast out. I don't know what week we're in. We're going to keep this puppy rolling, like the lives on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, alternating. More content coming. I got an idea for a whole bunch of funny skits. I need some help with that. I need more time. Okay, let's just jump into it. Industry Day. Industry Day caught my attention because I didn't know it was coming. Saw pictures of it, people posting they're there. My local card dude's there. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. First, let me just shout out Collectible Kings. I applaud this man for his hustle. He is one of the busiest hustlers I've seen. He's a local businessman in Winchester, has several businesses, invests in his card business with a friend. His kids are very active in sports. His son, I believe, is playing collegiate baseball this year. A big fan. He's involved in the hobby. He's involved in the community. Collectible King, shout out to you, man. I criticize local card stores a lot, but when I do use one, I do use Collectible Kings. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to be brutally honest. Big fan. Okay. No commercial, no endorsement. Trust me. Um, uh, Announcements. Um, Trying to think, what was the biggest announcement? I guess the redemption one was kind of interesting. I like that. It's interesting how just kind of probably an executive decision's like, well, why don't we redeem it? It's redemptions after a year. Oh, because sir, it's just hard. No, why don't we redeem the redemptions after a year? Well, it's just harder to get. No, excuse me. Why don't we redeem the redemption? You know what I'm saying? Like I could see that conversation going on, and the guy's like, I don't know. There's really no reason, sir. There's absolutely, to be honest, when we sell a customer product, we promise them an autograph. There's absolutely no reason or we cannot fulfill that promise. You are right. Unless the person dies, and in that event, we should be able to provide some type of replacement. Sir, yes, sir. Boom. I gotta applaud that, man. That's what I'm thinking happened there, right? Somebody just said, tell me again why we don't do expired redemptions. Yes. Okay, so that's a win. I'm going to go on with that one. It does change the complexity of sealed product, and do you want to hold it? Does it make sealed product valuable again? Are we speculating on wine? I'm going to talk about wine again. I think there's a lot of similarities between sports cards and wine. Highly collectible. Really, when you break it down, it's just fucking grapes in a bottle. It's just men on a cardboard. People pay millions. People pay millions. Some of it's dirt cheap. You get my. There's some lot of familiarities. Season of the year, right? What's the grapes like? Grapes are like good rookies. The earth, the weather. That's like the production of the car. I mean, God, I could go on forever with this. Okay, Industry Day redemptions. Did they announce the new products then? They must have. They must have given some sneak peeks. I mean, let's be honest, dude. I talked about this last night. Chrome basketball has changed what I'm going to do for the hobby. I am probably going to reallocate funds out of Bowman. First of all, I'll say this too. I'm also trying to really turn this into a business. Stop putting money into the hobby and selling off. And I have a lot of cards at PSA right now. Cards coming back. I have cards at sale. I am cash flow tight right now in my sports card world. There's things I'd like to do that I just realized I can't. I got to say no to. I got to say no, no. Bowman right now might get a no. And I might need to, again, focus more on the Chrome product, the football product. I'll say this. I'm really excited to chase the autographs in some of these products, and or maybe some sealed product, depending on where it is, how it drops. Will there be a basketball chrome sapphire? Think about that. You know the answer is yes. I want to quickly give a quick shout out to Mojo Breaks. I signed up for the Mojo Break package back in, I don't know, let's say 2 months ago. I think it was $100. You get access to their basketball breaks. I wouldn't say before they send you a list of, hey, the basketball break's being posted now. When the email comes out, you can go immediately and start buying in the first team. So you get first access to the teams, to whoever's in the email list. You also get a discount. You get, I think it's a 10% discount on all basketball breaks you buy for the season, which I think is great. And you got one spot in breaks, and there was a bunch of box breaks listed. Now, one spot, I don't know if it was 100 spots per thing, and only top 30 teams get in. I don't know how they determine, if you're in the break or not. I will say I've gotten cards back from random breaks from being in this program. But the reason I mentioned this is that Mojo had listed on there Future Fanatics basketball product several times on there. Fanatics future products. And I thought to myself, how do they know that? Are they just gambling on that, just calling it out? Do they know something I don't know? So I'm going to say that was my first, first flare of legitimate company telling me that Fanatics had a basketball product coming out this year. So let's fast forward. That's coming out. I got to think about how I'm going to do it. My first thoughts are, how does this affect autos? I think I told you earlier that I was going to sell my base Wemby and buy into an auto. Now I'm thinking to myself, are auto prices going to go down? Are they going under 2,000 with Bowman releasing a bunch of products? We need to see the checklist and know this. We need to know how many Wemby autos going to be out there. Um, are there be more Wemby autos? Probably so for the future, but how many will be in the rookie year, right? I love listening to Victor Wembanyama. Victor, the rookie card specialist, said that the Wemby card is not a rookie according to the Player Association. Doesn't have the Player Association endorsement. It cannot be a rookie card. That's the rules, guys. I'm gonna say this, look, Victor. I don't disagree with you, but no one gives a shit about the rules. The rules say you shouldn't trim, alter, wash, molest. I mean, there's a lot of things this hobby. You shouldn't repack, in my opinion. That should be one of the rules. AKA, thou should not mislead people for profit. And I mean mislead like I could go on forever. It's a coffee, guys. Industry day, great insight. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited about the product. Like, how does this affect Panini? And I'll tell you, this is what got me thinking about 2028, because right now there is just chaos in the hobby. I listened to the dude who was on Sports Card Radio coming out of the industry day. I agree with him. I think most people were probably jazzed up, probably looking, dude, this is amazing. I heard they gave away great cards to the people. Like, how can you not be excited about that? Um, I hear what they're doing. They're doing the three events, Fanatics Fest. There's an event in Pittsburgh. I want to say September 28th, 29th. Event in Orlando, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I would like to participate in all three. Right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, out of pocket, call me Fanatics, Fan Fest boy, whatever you want to say. I'll be critical when I go. I'll give you feedback. I'll tell you what it is, but I want to go to all three. It'll be challenging. I'm not gonna lie to you. It'll be challenging to what would that be called? The Wimbledon when you take all the Grand Slam, the Fanatics events, the Grand Slam of Fanatics 2024 events. But I'm excited because I see what they're doing. I think they're going to, and I was talking, and even what's his name mentioned this last night, Michael Hamm. I think their first products are going to be lit. I think they're going to have some big stuff in there. They're coming in blazing. Normally when they're in the marketing phase. When you're in the marketing phase, you're spending money. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a pre-IPO company, you're not cash flow positive. They're probably not cash flow positive there at the Fanatics World. They're probably not thinking about that till 2028. That's why I'm coming back to that date. 2028 is approximately 2 years after they will fully have control of all the major three licenses, right? Because 2026 is when April, I believe, is when Panini loses the football, and 2025 is when they lose basketball, October. Both of those sources came from Neo, by the way, who mentioned that, and I think that was talked about maybe in the industry day report. So again, I'll tell you what, I'm excited. I was bummed that the industry day thing was closed. Like almost makes you want to have a sports card shop to be there. In fact, even talking to Michael Hamm last night, I thought to myself, I sit here bitch complain about it. Maybe I should just become one of them. Just join the empire. Get a shop, become a breaker. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. So these new releases, Motif NFL. There's a couple that are listed, and Chrome were the ones I saw. I'm super excited about them all. I really am. Like I didn't, and I'm wondering how it's going to affect like Bryce Young, CJ Stroud's autos. I've also heard that Fanatics has locked up the next year's class of autographs. So they've already got the first three guys. We can assume that because they were on draft autographs. Again, it's going to make it challenging, very challenging for Panini. Will Panini Prism have no bite next year, or will it still be desirable? I think it's still desirable. It's fully licensed. It's fully sexy. It's going to have no autos, and it'll be interesting to see how these auto strong products like iMac, Noir, Flawless, NT, how they do this year without those autos. It's good, just going to be challenging, man. I mean, again, here's another thing. Topps is releasing these other products kind of in that budget cycle. Like as Panini starts coming out with this product, you're gonna look at this and go, well, do I chase, do I get in the Fanatics NT break chasing Relic that wasn't worn, but just says CJ Stroud with an NFL logo that he never touched, is the NFL Shield and NT going to be more valuable than the one of one CJ Stroud autograph in Fanatics? That's a good question. You guys follow me on that? That was just that's the freaking brain working right there, real time there, guys. Real time. No edits, no cuts. Breaks. I think breaks are the way to go. Raw to grade. Okay. So I will say on the grading, I did a PSA submission. I went in to make my payment. Because I had the wrong payment thing set in there. So I get this notice, your payment's in there. Like, oh shit. Well, yeah, I had the wrong card. So I go over and I put in the right information. As soon as I do that, I realize I can see the grades. I didn't know that right then. I thought you had to wait to see the grades. Apparently, you can see the grades right after you pay. I looked at my grades, 47 cards. First of all, this grade, these cards are graded. They're multiple different cards. They're graded. They came in a week later than my first order, which is just the same card, and they already popped, right? So I'm looking at the grades, and also they're still in the assembly phase, which I don't understand. How long do they stay in the assembly phase before they actually will ship? Will they ship today, tomorrow, next week? There's another week for shipping. I saw the grades, and it kind of disappointed me because first of all, a lot of them were not good, but that's my own fault, and I'll go into that when I get the cards back. But I didn't like seeing the grades. I did not. But here's my point to why I'm bringing up this whole thing, why I told you about why I got to the PSA app. And I'll tell you this too. Everything I'm doing is on the PSA app on my phone. I use the website to print the document off. Okay, Vault. You have an option to send some of these cards to the Vault. And I thought to myself, do I want to send these to the Vault? I don't want to send the golden. I have no interest in the golden. But I'm thinking, do I want to send them to the Vault? And is the Vault, it's the eBay Vault coming to PSA, but does that mean there's access? Can I post it to eBay from there? Like once it's in the Vault, what does that mean? How do I get access to it? And it made me think to myself, maybe I should send one to the Vault. Maybe I should send one to the Vault. I might send one to the Vault. I might just send one to the Vault to see, are there Vault fees? I don't know. I'm saying this, I'm thinking to myself, I need more information about what the impact is. Did you just get some cards graded by PSA and now you have the option to send them to the Vault? Well, let me tell you, ZiggyNo, about what sending to the Vault means. For a one-time fee of blah, 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 or for no fee at all, you blah, 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 blah. And once in the Vault, you can keep your card there forever and ask for it to be shipped later on, or blah, 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 blah. You can send it to PSA or to eBay and get it listed, blah, blah, blah. Can you send it to ComC? I don't know. I need to know those things. Coffee strong. Okay. Going to come back in just a moment. Finish this thing up. Well, life interrupts. So I hope you guys enjoy this quick update. My thoughts on the conference industry day. I will say, Panini instant autos, didn't like them. Did get one, didn't like it. I prefer the way Topps is doing it. It's sad what it says, but I'm watching Panini disappear. I might do expect them to like a fight with their WNBA product. Unplugging from channels that are negative. I'm doing a lot more of that. And following good channels. I'm thinking about doing a shout out video because there's some really good channels out there doing some great content with low subscriber counts. And I applaud them for just continuing to do what they're doing. I'm gonna leave you with this thought slash quote. I collect the experience, not the cards. The cards pay for more experiences. Journey over destination. Hope you guys enjoy what you're doing. I will say I'm working on some parodies. My gosh. One of my parodies I'm working on, right, is that a guy needs to fill a break. He's like, hey man, we gotta get somebody by the break. What team are you trying to fill? And you can let's list some bad team. And then he runs over to Gamblers Anonymous and he's drinking coffee with a guy and he recruits the gambler from Gamblers Anonymous. Hey man, you have a problem gambling? I should get you get a hobby. You get into sports cards. Come on over. Take the Miami Heat. Like, comment, subscribe.